Yo, everybody, it is your mate Nate. Welcome back to our first series, Barely Alive, where we talk about mortality and how it feels. It don't feel good at the moment. It really doesn't. For those of you who have been keeping up with my stories, you'll know that I was recently diagnosed as ADHD as of the 30th of November 2025. Depends what you term as recent. It's like 6-7 months recent. Anyway. And then I was put on titration for my medication. And things were looking good. I thought that the hard part was over. It's time to rest your feet on the coffee table, kick back with a cold one, and know you did a good fucking job. But we were just scratching the surface, as it turns out, because titration's going to take 1 to 2 years. So another raw dog of life for 2 fucking years. Woo! So, I then decided what to do about that was to get in contact with the doctor because they have an ADHD floor upstairs from the surgery that I was then told my GP should have already have told me about, but they didn't. So that's always good. So anyway, I then ask, what's the wait time for that? I've self-referred, what's the wait time for that? And they can't give me an answer for that either, you know? So, what was meant to break up the waiting has now led to me waiting even more. So the question I have is, how long do I have to wait before the waiting period's over, before I can begin truly waiting for what I'm inevitably waiting for? Are you still with me? I hope so. Anyway, the main reason for this is to not be some filtered version for the internet and to be some palatable version, you know. I'm not expecting all of you to relate to me because we're individuals at the end of the day, you know. We feel things differently, and I think that's the main problem the majority of the time is we try to get put in little boxes so we're easier to control, you know, and don't work that way. You know, people with ADHD in school, you know, are told, oh, he's misbehaving, you know, he just, you know, and it's like, yeah, because his brain is running at twice the speed of a regular fucking person, you know, and your brain works overtime too when you have ADHD. You know, you go to bed, your brain's still going. You think, why the fuck can't I switch off? I can't sleep. Why can't I sleep? Your brain's still going, you know, doesn't stop for anything. And, you know, you'll have those times where certain things will come to you, like certain impulses to do and say things, which are now known as intrusive thoughts. But, as you know, you can't really act on them, especially in a setting where you don't feel like you can be yourself. So you close them all in and you just shut down. Like, for instance, some of my intrusive thoughts are sort of like in tick form. So they're not really thoughts per se. It's just my brain, you know, projecting things like, hey, leg spasm, arm spasm, bang, bang, all this shit. And I have to try and hold all that in while in a public setting because it's fucking weird. I have certain noises that I like to make sometimes, you know, when you're just sitting there and you start going... When you're in a job interview, you can't do that, you know. So you got to keep a lid on that shit. And it's very, very difficult. And when the energy it takes to hold all of it in, by the end of the day, you have nothing left. Because all of your energy was spent trying to be normal. I didn't even do quote marks. What the fuck was this? Anyway, Jesus, almost 4.5 minutes already. But yeah, no, this is kind of just the introductory period, I guess, to Barely Alive. Let me know if you like the background. I can change it to other things. I just got to make sure that I don't wear green or anything. So, thank God I have blue eyes too, because otherwise they'd look like they've been sucked out of my face. So yeah, if you enjoyed this episode, please feel free to give it a like, comment, Comment any ideas you want me to do for episodes, topics, things you want me to talk about. They discontinued topics, the chocolate bars. It's fucking annoying. Anyway, yeah, that's going to do it. See you guys.